You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
A tragic ending in that Amber Alert case. The 2-year-old toddler found dead and his mother is now facing charges.
Plus, the historic Green Street Church and Museum in Englewood is on the move right now. We'll tell you where its new home will be.
And we'll tell you about a new cross-promotion between Manatee County Libraries and the South Florida Museum. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Good morning, September the 5th, Wednesday. Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for joining us today. Another afternoon of rain and thunder and some rain and then some thunder, John Scalzi?
You got it. That's the forecast right there. Gordon continues to pull away from us. It's left us with a general easterly wind flow. That easterly wind flow visible now by a few scattered showers around. Like yesterday, we'll see some rainfall again today pop up during the afternoon hours. Jeff, our newest weather watcher from Laurel Park, picked up a little bit over a half an inch of rainfall yesterday, and Cooper in central Sarasota picked up an inch of rainfall, so some decent totals around. Temperatures across the region generally hugging the mid to upper 70s most everywhere you look. Becky in Old Mayaca's got 70 degrees and says it's just a beautiful starry night out there. So a nice start to the morning. As we head into the afternoon, though, watch for those showers and thunderstorms to build once again. Temperature coming in at around 92. Back to you.
John, thank you, John. There's the roads right now, checking traffic. Not too much to report so far in Manatee County. Little blip there on 64 eastbound as you approach the interstate. Otherwise, relatively clear so far. Checking farther south, here's the scene in the northern half of Sarasota County. 301 southbound, some issues there as you head through Newtown. Clark Road westbound as you come off the interstate, and also east of the interstate, way out there in eastern Sarasota County on State Road 72. A lot of congestion there already this morning. And then checking our final map to the south. That will show some buildup on 41 southbound as you travel through South Venice heading toward Jacaranda.
Well, we begin this morning with a sad update on that missing toddler story from Largo. This morning, his mother is behind bars charged with first-degree murder. After 2 days of searching, Jordan Beliveau's body was found yesterday in a wooded area near a sports complex. Beliveau's mom, Cherie Stinson, claimed the two had been walking to a friend's house late Saturday night when they were offered a ride by a stranger. Now, she, right there as you see on your screen, told detectives that the man who picked them up punched her, knocked her out, and then when she came to, she was in a wooded area and little Jordan was missing. Well, later on this morning, Marla Spence will be joining us right here in studio. She'll have more information on this developing story.
Yesterday was the 1-year mark since the disappearance of a Newtown teenager. Jabez Spann was 14 years old. The reward to find him now has grown to $50,000. Police believe the boy may have witnessed the murder a few days earlier of a Travis Combs. Detectives on both cases are trying to work together in case the two cases are linked. Now, Spann's mother thinks it'll be the smallest piece of information that could lead to her missing son.
When I was growing up, the police came and, like I was telling you, they gave out candy. We knew the officers' names. There's a gap here, and because of that gap, that information can't be, no one can get the information because no one trusts anyone.
Over the past year, Sarasota police and the FBI say they've received about 100 tips in the case, but so far, nothing has panned out.
Filmmaker Tyler Perry is raising the reward to help solve the case of 2 missing Florida men. A wrongful death lawsuit was filed against former Collier County Sheriff's Deputy Steve Calkins for his connection in the disappearance of Terrence Williams and Felipe Santos. Now, they were last seen in Naples almost 15 years ago. Now, both of those men were arrested by Calkins and placed in his patrol vehicle in separate incidents almost 3 months apart. Now, Calkins has not been charged, but he was fired for not cooperating with investigators.
When I first offered the $100,000 reward asking for information, we have not gotten any leads. I'm raising that reward to $200,000 for information. $200,000 for information that will help lead to the conviction of who we believe to be the culprit in this, which was Steve Calkins.
Now, civil rights attorney Ben Crump says he wants to bring the case in front of a jury. He also said he will subpoena Calkins.
Last year, over 700 children were removed from their home on the Suncoast, and each month more than 1,000 children are in and out of foster homes. To help keep siblings together while in the foster care system, Guardian Angels of Southwest Florida and Florida Baptist Children's Home are building 6-bedroom homes for foster parents in Palmetto. allowing enough space for them to take in the siblings. The homes are built from funds that were donated from the community. Foster parents can live there rent-free as long as they provide a Christian home where kids can see what a stable family looks like.
So often they don't have the guidance that they need from both parents. So we want to put a picture and maybe end that cycle of foster care.
The organization has built 3 houses so far on the 9-acre property. They're currently building a 4th. They eventually plan to build a total of 9 homes. For details of this story and breaking news and the forecast, check out our new app under WWSB or under My Suncoast.
Well, the historic Green Street Church and Museum is on the move. Happening right now, like literally right now. This church is being transported about a mile east of its current location and to its new home, which will be a permanent one for the 89-year-old church. Manatee County libraries are adding a new perk to their list of reasons to get a library card: free passes to the South Florida Museum. One set of South Florida Museum passes will be available at each of the Manatee Library locations for new card holders. They're going to be available on a first-come, first-served basis and will accommodate up to 4 people.
Nice cross promotion there.
Yeah.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Tropical storm Gordon made landfall overnight. This morning, northern Gulf Coast communities are still on alert. We'll take a look at the conditions there right now when we come back. But first,
it is 6:06 on your Wednesday morning. There's a shot outside our studios. Looking at a beautiful skyline there. Just can't see that one enough. Let's get the bus stop forecast now from John Scalzi.
Looks pretty good for us and for the kids heading out to the bus stops, where pickup time will be about a 76-degree air temperature under mostly sunny skies. Don't see much of a rain problem there. And then by afternoon, there will be some afternoon showers and thunderstorms around, mostly in inland areas at that point, though. 91 degrees at about drop-off time. And I'll up the chance of an outside recess today to about 8 out of 10. We'll look for partly sunny skies and only the slightest rain chance at that time. Complete forecast coming up in just a few.
It's rainy season on the Suncoast. Storms can pop up at a moment's notice. Sometimes it's just rain. Sometimes it's much worse. When there's the potential for severe weather, you need to know fast. Trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather to get you the information you need right away. We focus on the storms that impact where you live, and we're committed to alerting you with important information as soon as we get it. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
The day you lose your strength is the day you lose your independence. Muscle is lost with age, affecting your energy, balance, and mobility. Before you know it, you're depending on others just to get through the day. But you can reverse and prevent muscle loss. Introducing MyoHealth, a revolutionary proven approach to increased muscle strength and function in as little as 30 days. Live life on your terms with more energy and confidence.
After a serious health issue put me down, MyoHealth's getting me back up again.
I'm doing activities that I haven't done for a long time. It really works.
MyoHealth is a safe, natural dietary supplement, the result of decades of research and 24 human clinical studies. You can live stronger at any age with greater strength, mobility, balance, and energy. Call or go online now and take the MyoHealth 30-Day Strength Challenge.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Got a beautiful sky out there right now, 76 degrees the air temperature, dew point to match. That's 100% relative humidity with that east wind blowing at about 8. So across the region today, a pretty quiet start to the day. As I mentioned, we'll have a lot of sunshine as dawn breaks on the Suncoast with those clearer skies out there. Only about a 10% chance of a shower as we go through the morning hours, but by afternoon, our rain chances will go up. They'll go up markedly, up to about 60% as we head into the afternoon. Gordon, never making it to a hurricane before making landfall, but getting pretty close at one point. Did have 70-mile-an-hour winds when it made landfall, which is significant, but it was not a hurricane, and the amount of rainfall that they are getting is significant, but won't produce, I don't think, any widespread massive flooding, as some tropical storm systems will do, because its forward speed is still pretty good. Coming up pretty close, it'll probably move right through Jackson, Mississippi as it lifts off to the north. For us, its influence, of course, is gone. We're generally seeing an easterly wind produced by a high-pressure ridge out in the Atlantic. That will continue on throughout the day today. Scattered showers being picked up by that easterly wind and kind of pushed back in this direction bring us our 60% chance of showers, combined with a little bit of a sea breeze building in the afternoon. Everything quiet across the Suncoast right now. No problems for your morning commute. We'll continue to watch Gordon pull away, probably become an extratropical system, or rather a remnant low, as we head into this afternoon or evening. And then tomorrow, start to get picked up by a trough of low pressure and ejected off to the north and to the east. As that happens, high pressure will be allowed to build in, and that will reinforce this easterly flow that will be right with us through the weekend. And that encourages kind of quiet mornings, starts to the morning, and then by afternoon, showers and thunderstorms moving in from the Atlantic, coming into our area and bringing us a little chance of rainfall, good chance of rainfall actually. Also, the east wind helping to aid with the red tide sufferers, because that takes the toxins in the air, the little aerosol toxins, and pushes them back out to sea. It doesn't eliminate the red tide, it just makes the effect of the red tide less noticeable to those at the shore. That will continue on again today with a 60% chance of those afternoon storms beginning at around 3 o'clock, lingering to about 7. Dry mornings into the weekend, that's pretty much a lock. And then we'll watch the far tropics for any kind of development there that may occur. Again, the red tide report showing good conditions on a lot of the beaches. The Holmes Beach report and the Minnesota both showing no effect of red toxin in the air, creating distress, any respiratory distress, and other locations just showing low amounts. That east wind may turn a little bit to the west just along the immediate coastline with a sea breeze today. But again, the wind speeds will be sufficiently strong that I think that sea breeze will be minimal. Over the course of the next couple of days, we'll be watching what happens with Hurricane Florence and whether or not it starts to make a lift to the north. We're hoping to see that. And of course, we'll be watching this system for a while, as some computer models suggest that down the road it may have a more westerly turn toward the United States. We'll see how that plays out. And then a tropical wave given a 90% chance of development over the course of 5 days. It'll probably become Helena as we head into next week. We'll be watching it carefully as it moves out into the central Atlantic as well. Chances are it could be headed toward the Leeward or Windward Islands by the end of next week. So the tropical season in full bloom continues to produce more and more disturbances that could develop into systems. East wind coming in at about 10 today. Nice day out on the waters, 2-foot seas, light chop on your bay and inland waters. Of course, the only issue being the red tide out there. Forecast for today calls for a daytime high of about 92. Same thing tomorrow. Both days about a 60% chance of rainfall. We'll carry that rainfall, afternoon rainfall chance into the weekend. Then some drier air and expanding ridge of high pressure starts to trend down the rain chance a little bit on Sunday. We'll go with about a 40% chance. It'll linger into Monday as well. And then up the rain chance just a little bit as we head into mid next week. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Take a look outside of that first alert traffic out there so far this morning. State Road 70 still showing a couple of slowdowns, and the bridges coming over into Bradenton are already starting to get a little clogged up at this hour. Heading into the top half of Sarasota County, those roads are not looking too bad just yet. We were watching a little spot right there on Fruitville, but that has kind of cleared up since then. Heading a little bit farther south, if your commute this morning is going to take you along 75 or 41, both of those roads are still looking pretty decent at this hour. It's 6:15. That's your first alert traffic. And now to Tropical Storm Gordon, making landfall in Mississippi late last night. Right now moving northwest there across the state.
It never made it to a hurricane, but it did hit the coast with 70-mile-per-hour winds. ABC's Maggie Ruley is in Biloxi.
Overnight, a powerful Tropical Storm Gordon slams into the Gulf, packing sustained winds topping 70 miles per hour, heavy rains, and the potential for life-threatening storm surges. The space station capturing Gordon as it gained strength before making landfall just west of the Mississippi-Alabama border near Pascagoula. ABC's Ginger Z was there.
All right, this is when the wind and the rain start to prickle your skin. It's that hard. The gusts have really started intensifying and conditions have rapidly declined.
The lopsided storm soaking everything east of center, from Biloxi, Mississippi to Pensacola, Florida. This man's windshield wipers, no match for the blinding rain in Theodore, Alabama. On nearby Dauphin Island,
winds gusting over 70.
AccuWeather's Reed Timmer battles fierce storm surge and coastal flooding. In Pensacola, Gordon turned deadly. Authorities say a child was killed after a tree fell on his home during the storm. States of emergency remain in effect across Louisiana, Mississippi, and parts of Alabama, as tens of thousands of people are waking up this morning without electricity and the rain still pouring.
Got all supplies that we need. We got batteries, flashlights, all that stuff.
This storm is fast moving, and as quickly as it hit us here overnight, it is already starting to move out of the area. And now the big concern is that as Gordon moves north, it will start to slow down and could cause flash flooding further inland. Maggie Bruley, ABC News, Biloxi, Mississippi.
6:17, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
2 Florida cold cases are now gaining national attention thanks to a big Hollywood director. We'll tell you more about what Tyler Perry is doing in our GMA First Look when we come back.
But first, here's one more look at the path of Gordon as it goes through the northern Gulf states. Never quite made it to hurricane status, tropical storm, and as it goes through, plenty of rain and wind, as we have been talking about. A little more peaceful here in our neck of the woods. Pretty shot there of the downtown skyline. Should see a high of 91 degrees today, but once again, a 60% chance of rain. We are in that pattern right now. We'll have John Scalzi's forecast and more news coming up on Good Morning Suncoast.
You like to pay less. That's why you made Honda Accord the best-selling mid-size car in America. Get the redesigned Accord, the North American Car of the Year, or Civic, a KBB.com Best Buy for less than the competition. Like SUVs and trucks? Get Motor Trend's SUV of the Year, CRV, the 8-passenger Pilot, or Ridgeline truck for up to $4,240 less. Today at your local Honda dealer.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Gettle's got what you're looking for at Gettle.com. 17 new car brands, over 1,000 used vehicles, prices and payments you can afford. Credit help if you need it, and they pay cash for your old car. Plus, Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Need service? Gettle's got that too. Gettle's got it. Visit Gettle.com.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Welcome back. Another shot there of our downtown skyline. Pretty shot looking south toward the bayfront off in the distance. Can't see it quite yet. Most of those buildings in this picture weren't there 20 years ago.
I know, you've been saying that, like how quickly the downtown area of Sarasota has really developed.
It's dawned on me how many of those groundbreakings I've covered. And there's the result.
Someone's been in this business a while.
Yeah, a little too long, huh? Yeah. Back to the news now at 6:21. A recall alert this morning about a type of cereal that could cause salmonella poisoning. The Centers for Disease Control is saying do not eat and do not buy Kellogg's Honey Smacks. Experts say the cereal has still been sold despite the total recall over the summer. Another 30 people have now been sickened, bringing the total to 130 victims in 36 states.
Well, September is here. Did you know it's a month known for big sales? True story. Big deals on clothing and shoes as the seasons change from summer to fall. Also, did you know it's a big month for Apple iPhone sales? It is. September is the month when the company normally announces its next generation of iPhone. This year, the big announcement is coming September the 12th, and that means prices drop on the older generations of the device. Also, big deals on grills since it's the end of summer. And then don't forget about airfare. While January and October are usually the cheapest months to fly, you can find some bargain fares in September as well. Well, 2 cold cases in Florida are gaining national attention, in part thanks to Director Tyler Perry.
Yeah, this is in Collier County. ABC's Lindsay Davis has the story from Naples.
In this morning's GMA First Look, filmmaker Tyler Perry announcing he's seeking justice in real life.
We have got to come together as one to fight injustice and fight what is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong.
Using his star power to shine a light on a pair of disturbing cold cases, announcing a new lawsuit against a former Florida sheriff's deputy, the last person believed to be seen with 2 men who disappeared without a trace.
No matter who you are, be it poor or rich, this has got to bother you.
The prolific actor and activist was moved to act after watching an episode of Discovery ID's Disappeared. That show detailed the disappearance of 27-year-old Terrence Williams. And coming up at 7 a.m., Tyler Perry joins us in a live exclusive interview. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lindsay Davis, ABC News, New York.
This is your wake-up call. If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis, month after month, the clock is ticking on irreversible joint damage. Ongoing pain and stiffness are signs of joint erosion. Humira can help stop the clock. Prescribed for 15 years, Humira targets and blocks a source of inflammation that contributes to joint pain and irreversible damage.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Help stop the clock on further irreversible joint damage. Talk to your rheumatologist. Right here, right now. Humira.
Hi, I'm Alan. This is Tom. We're from Publix Aprons Cooking School. Tom, what are you whipping up today for us, buddy?
We have a marinated skirt steak here.
Nice.
We're going to put that on the pan. We're going to start that off first. And we're going to do that with nice salad, mescaline salad, with some different kinds of herbs and vegetables and some fruits on it, actually, Alan.
Sounds good to me.
Yes. So let's start out by doing our marinade. And this one was already marinated, so we got that on there.
Okay.
Got a little bit of brown sugar here, some shallots, a little bit of Kikkomans, soy sauce. Watch out with that. Lids off it.
Okay.
And a little bit of oil.
Boy, I can smell that
That's 2
steak.
tablespoons
That smells
of oil.
great,
Isn't that
Tom.
delicious?
That just smells great.
We're gonna mix that up a little bit. Place our steak right in there.
Now, how long will you marinate this
You
for?
want to marinate this at least 2 hours, Alan.
Okay.
At least 2 hours, but you could do it overnight. This is
Okay.
a very dense piece of meat, so.
Looks beautiful.
Goes like that. And we'll put our salad on there. Our herbs, we'll put a little bit of cilantro, a little bit of basil, some jalapeno peppers, depending on how many you want, green scallions. We have some grapes, some carrots, and then we'll put our steak on the side
So you
of
just
it.
mix all that together and makes a beautiful little salad?
You just mix that all together, place it on the plate. You could actually cut the steak if you'd like, if you got a group of people, or you could serve it whole like
Nice.
that. If you got the grill marks that look like that, you might want to serve it whole.
Those grill marks are looking pretty good, I gotta tell you. I watched them make that steak, they're perfect.
Great,
Now,
thank
what
you,
kind of
Chef.
dressing do you put on the salad?
It's actually a rice vinegar.
Just a little
is what
rice
we-
wine
and
vinegar?
You just afterwards, you just dabble it over the top of the mescaline.
Fantastic. Just smells great, Tom. Well,
Great.
starting
Thanks,
tomorrow,
Chef.
be sure to stop by your Publix Apron Simple Meals kiosk to pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients after sampling this delicious dish. And I'm telling you, it smells great. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Chef Alan.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-871-1644. 800-871-1644.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert Weather app now. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
A tragic ending in that Amber Alert case. The 2-year-old found dead, and this morning we have new information about what happened.
And another pygmy killer whale has been rescued here on the Suncoast, the third in just 1 week.
And if you've ever wanted to know what it's like to be a police officer, you could be one of the lucky few who get to go through the Citizens Police Academy. We'll tell you how. Those stories plus more. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. And good morning to you on this Wednesday morning at 6:30. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. September the 5th. Let's get the details now of Tropical Storm Gordon moving now through Mississippi.
Yes, indeed, moving very close to Jacksonville, actually, Jackson rather, and in the process, kind of weakening as it moves over land. We'll watch the showers and thunderstorms continue around the periphery of the circulation, but I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a long-lasting storm. It will decay away as we head through the day, leaving us with just a little bit of cloud cover and fair weather skies to start the day. You can see some of the blow off from the anvils of the thunderstorms being picked up by a high pressure ridge back to the east and driven into our area. These are very thin clouds and really not a big rain producer or weather producer for us. So basically they'll just add a little feature to the otherwise beautiful dawn as it breaks on the Suncoast. We'll have an easterly wind flow picking up showers off the Atlantic coast, slinging them back in this direction. That'll account for our 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, which will occur later in the afternoon. Don't think we'll have much of a chance during the morning hours. Maybe inland, Hardee and DeSoto County might get an isolated sprinkle, but that's it. Otherwise, the bigger storms come later. We'll talk about the forecast coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John Scalzi. Let's check the roads right now. Here's the scene, first off, in Manatee County. Some issues there on 301 in both directions, either side of State Road 70. Otherwise, not too bad so far this morning. Farther south, here's the northern half of Sarasota County. At the very top of your screen there, you'll see University Parkway. Little blip there between Tuttle and Lockwood Ridge in the eastbound lanes. Also Bee Ridge eastbound between Honoré and the interstate. Look at that east of the interstate on Clark Road, State Road 72. Lots of congestion there already out this morning. And then we'll look farther south, and here is the scene in the South County area. Our friends down there don't have much to worry about as you awaken at 6:31 on this Wednesday morning.
Well, a sad ending in the search for a missing 2-year-old in Largo. Yesterday, the body of Jordan Beliveau was found in a wooded area.
This morning, his mother is behind bars, and now more details are emerging about what exactly she's accused of doing. Marla Spence has the shocking twist live with us in the studio. Marla?
Guys, an affidavit just released revealing grim new details in this case. Sharice Stinson admits to during a moment of frustration, she struck 2-year-old Jordan Bellevue in the face with the back of her hand, causing the back of his head to hit a wall inside of her apartment. Now, after the blow to his head, Stinson says Jordan suffered from seizures leading to his death. Stinson went on to say that she carried Jordan's body out to the wooded area where he was later found. Largo police say Stinson first claimed a stranger named Antoine offered them a ride Saturday night before knocking her out, then abducting the child, but that was not true. Stinson told investigators her son cut his chin and recently received stitches for his injury. And during that investigation, police discovered bloody children's items inside of Stinson's apartment. Detectives also took a few items of children's clothing, which were found rolled up inside of a rug outside of Stinson's apartment. Police are glad they are close to closing this case and getting justice for the 2-year-old boy.
I'd like to thank the citizens of Largo and those that responded with valuable information and tips that also helped this case come to a close. Without them, extra ears and eyes out there, I don't think this would have come to a conclusion as fast as it has.
Right now, Stinson is in the Pinellas County Jail facing first-degree murder charges, and we will have more updates in this story as they become available. Guys?
Thank you, Marla. Very sad. More help is on the way to make walking or biking safer in Sarasota. FDOT gave the police a grant to improve safety. Now, if you're a biker, you might not be surprised to hear Sarasota County ranks in the top 25 counties in the state for serious injuries or fatalities. So, for the next 9 months, police will study some areas that have a history of accidents, which include the ones listed there on your screen: Tamiami Trail, Fruitville Road, and also 301 in the city of Sarasota.
Well, if you've ever wanted to use a police-issued weapon or throw on the sirens and drive a police car, Venice Police are giving a select few the chance. They're offering a 10-week Citizens Police Academy that gives you the chance to experience a day in the life of an officer. The weekly classes start in February, but the applications period is open right now. Now, if you want to apply, you do have to pass a background check. You can find all the info online at mysuncoast.com.
USA Gymnastics looking for a new CEO already. After 9 months, Carrie Perry has resigned. She took over last December to try and help the organization recover from the Larry Nassar scandal. The disgraced former USA Gymnastics and Michigan State doctor was sentenced to 40 to 175 years in prison after more than 150 women and girls came forward accusing him of sexual abuse.
Well, happening today, Facebook and Twitter bigwigs are headed to Capitol Hill. Reporter John Lawrence has a preview of today's meeting.
Social media has changed the way people interact.
Between Facebook and Twitter, I have almost 25 million people. It's a very effective way of communication.
That was last year. Now he has more than double that. And Congress wants to make sure foreign actors aren't using these networks to influence U.S. elections.
We have the risk of turning our elections into the World Cup of information warfare.
Tech giants are under fire for allowing Russian-linked accounts to affect recent political campaigns.
Identifying more credible voices in real time and amplifying that credibility is something we can do, but we have not figured this out.
Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey is appearing before the Senate Intelligence Committee Wednesday. So is Facebook COO Sheryl Sandberg, who believes these problems can be fixed.
We can retreat in fear. We can barrel ahead with a single-minded belief in our technology. Or we can fight like hell to do all the good we can, knowing that what we build will be used by people.
But others are still concerned about disinformation sneaking into American politics.
2 years after Pearl Harbor, the United States had quadrupled the size of our Navy. 2 years on from the election, and people are still arguing whether we were even attacked. And I find that amazing.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Well, the first day of confirmation hearings for Brett Kavanaugh have wrapped up, but not quietly. The Senate Judiciary Committee has yet to ask Kavanaugh a single question because it turned into a chaotic mess. Protesters dressed as characters from The Handmaid's Tale crashed the proceedings. Democrats tried to end the proceedings before they even began. At one point, Kavanaugh's young daughters had to be escorted from the courtroom. Starting today, hopefully a calmer day where Democrats plan to press Kavanaugh on issues ranging from abortion, Second Amendment rights, and presidential power.
You're the person he wants on the Supreme Court. You are his personal choice. So are people nervous about this? Are they concerned about it? Of course they are.
Now, the biggest concern they're talking about, that Kavanaugh, who has written that sitting presidents shouldn't be investigated, could protect President Trump if the Mueller probe lands at the high court.
Happening today, a former Arizona senator is going back to Capitol Hill. John Kyle will be sworn in to replace the late Senator John McCain. The Republican lawyer previously served in the House and the Senate until 2020. He'll replace McCain until a special election in 2 years. At that time, another election will be held to replace the balance of McCain's term from 2020 until 2022, and Kyle says he is not interested in running for that election.
Now, for the latest on those confirmation hearings this week, as well as breaking news and your up-to-the-minute first alert forecast, just download our free ABC7 app.
Here on the Suncoast, another pygmy killer whale has been rescued, this one off the coast of Longboat Key. It's the third one this past week, the two others rescued on Clearwater Beach. Beachgoers saw the stranded whale near the Four Winds Beach Resort in Clearwater. Experts from Mote Marine in Sarasota rescued it, and all three are being treated at Mote and remain in critical condition this morning. At this time, it's not known why these whales were stranded, but certainly red tide is suspected.
A lot of these animals that mass strand, they're generally found far, far offshore. They're pelagic and they're in generally really tight, socially bonded groups. So a lot of times, if one animal is not making great decisions, the rest of them will follow them to the beach, almost like a Pied Piper. Sometimes it's following food. There are a lot of reasons that animals will mass strand. So it's not clear if it's red tide.
And Mote says they'll do all they can to help these whales survive. They're also looking to try and determine if they are from the same group.
An update this morning on when the new Anna Maria City Pier will be built. Mayor Dan Murphy says construction could start as soon as next month. Now, the old pier, if you remember, was heavily damaged by Hurricane Irma last year and was demolished over the summer. As of August the 31st, the city had reportedly secured more than $3 million for construction of a new pier, with a big part of that money coming from FEMA. Still to come on Good Morning Suncoast.
An actor from The Cosby Show teaches a valuable lesson about hard work. The latest twist on this very interesting story, plucked from obscurity.
I love this story.
The grocery store.
Have your kids listen to this story. It's such a great story coming up.
Yeah.
And that is such a great view out there right now. What's the rest of the day hold for us, John Scalzi?
Nice, I think. You know, as dawn breaks here on the Suncoast, we'll see a little bit more sunshine, but those clouds will build into thunderstorms later in the afternoon with about a 60% coverage. That's why I've checked the rain box on the drive time forecast for the commute to work. Nice, upper 70s, low rain chance. On the way home, not so much. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s, cooled a little bit, I think, by the thunderstorms that will be around, so watch for that. Taking a walk on the beach this evening, I'll give it 3 beach balls out of 4. Should be pretty nice. There might be a few lingering thunderstorms left by sunset, but not many. And the winds will be steadily out of the east with a little bit of a west bend toward the coastline with a sea breeze in the afternoon. Otherwise, nice night. Complete forecast in a minute.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
What do you get when you cross your tired, aching back with this fragile egg? The Egg Sitter Cushion, an amazing new flex cushion that supports your backside and spine so well you can sit on an egg without breaking it. Incredible!
You want me to sit on this egg? Okay. I can't believe I'm doing this. I don't even feel it. It didn't even break? Oh, I was wondering about that. Now that's a good cushion.
The honeycomb design is constructed of Elasticor that absorbs pressure points by collapsing in on itself. That's why even this egg won't break under direct pressure. Now long days at the office will be more comfortable, dinner more enjoyable, and painful car rides a thing of the past. Get your Egg Sitter Support Cushion for just $39.99. It comes with a free non-slip washable cover and our 10-year comfort guarantee. But wait, call right now and you can get a second cushion. Just pay separate fee. Call now.
Call 1-800-232-1564. That's 1-800-232-1564. Call now or go to eggsitter.com. Order now.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Watch Suncoast View weekdays at 9 a.m. on ABC 7. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
We have a 76-degree air temperature and a dew point pretty close to it. In fact, exactly at the same value, 76 degrees, giving us 100% relative humidity, and the east wind continues to blow. That east wind indicative of a big ridge of high pressure that sits out in the Atlantic and really provides the weather pattern for us right straight through the next 4 or 5 days, most likely. Only a slight little chance at a shower today. You'll see some high, thin clouds around. Don't worry about them. They are not rain producers. We will see the clouds begin to thicken, build, and lower as we head into the 12 noon hour there in Hardee, DeSoto counties. You might see an isolated shower or two build there. Then as we head into the 3 p.m., 4, 5, 6 o'clock hours, we'll see how those showers gradually drift closer to the coast and blossom into thunderstorms, just like we have seen over the last several days. Gordon continues to lift north, again weakening consistently as it moves over land, heading up toward Jackson, Mississippi. It never made it to hurricane status, but came close with 70-mile-an-hour winds as it made it on shore in the northern Gulf Coast. We are left with a big ridge of high pressure that sits over the Atlantic, providing us that easterly wind flow and giving us a few showers later in the day. But right now, we don't have anything ongoing. Quiet for your morning commute, both in inland areas and near the coast. So we'll watch this big ridge of high pressure be a dominant weather player in our forecast over the course of the next 5 days and maybe beyond. Talk about that in a second. East wind will continue to blow. Gordon will continue to lift away. High pressure will then be allowed to build in, reinforcing the easterly wind flow, leading to quiet mornings, followed by a little bit better chances of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon as our sea breeze front meets up with that general easterly wind. So, good chances for afternoon storms for the next several days. Dry mornings right straight into the weekend. Then we watch the tropics. We are far from done with this hurricane season. Gordon, really not a problem for us any longer, will lift northward, become probably extratropical or a remnant low by later today or tomorrow, and then turn off toward the northeast as a frontal boundary picks it up. What calls our attention are two systems back out in the far Atlantic. One, of course, Florence. We've been watching that for a while. A hurricane still. Intensity forecasts difficult. The Hurricane Center admits that. And what happens down the road with that storm? Still up in the air. We'll watch for its forecast in just a second here, but we also want to call your attention to a tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa. It'll probably be one of several that'll come off that coast. This particular one, given a 90% chance of developing over 5 days, it'll probably be called Helene if it develops, unless another one develops first, which is unlikely. Florence, a Category 2 storm, 105-mile-an-hour winds, tracks to the west-northwest, then eventually becomes more westerly in its direction, then northerly, then thereafter, big questions. Models have now started to kind of flip-flop a little bit on whether it lifts back out into the open waters of the Atlantic or takes a more westerly turn. We'll watch and see next week very carefully what happens with this system and what its intensity will be and whether or not it will affect the mid part of the United States, mid-Atlantic or maybe the northeastern United States. Here's a computer model that shows this tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa heading westward, and another one back behind it, perhaps steering off into the open waters of the Atlantic because of this building high-pressure ridge over here that directs it. But look what happens with Florence. It continues to drift westward, and then this computer model does indeed affect the mid-Atlantic. Now, this is way down the road next Saturday, not this Saturday, the Saturday after that, and there are large errors possible in the forecast. But it bears watching, and that's what we'll be doing all next week, watching those two systems. East wind comes in at about 10 knots. That brings us a light chop, 2-foot seas, and the forecast for the week ahead looks pretty typical for this time of year. 92 today and tomorrow, 60% chance of rain. Friday the same. Over the weekend, at least one of the days will feature that 60% chance, but perhaps on Sunday some drier air will reduce rain chance a little bit. We'll stay with that slightly reduced rain chance into Monday, but then start to trend things back up again on Tuesday as we pay special attention to the tropics at that time. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Let's check out your first alert traffic. We do have one incident to tell you about right there in Manatee County. It looks like 8th Avenue. There's an accident right there at 66th Street. That's the big one in Manatee County. Also a little bit of slowdown. Actually, I'm sorry, 38th Avenue. Sorry about that. It's cut off a little bit on our screen. And then State Road 70 is experiencing a few delays in there. And if you're moving into Sarasota County, those roads are not looking too bad so far just yet. Everything is running pretty smooth. Little blip right there on Bee Ridge, but nothing to really be worried about. And if your commute is going to take you on 75 or 41, both of those are looking pretty smooth so far as now. 6:48, that's your first alert traffic. Well, actor Jeffrey Owens has found a silver lining after being shamed online for just doing his job. Now, Owens played Elvin, the Huxtable's son-in-law on The Cosby Show. He's a graduate of Yale. He's been an actor for almost 30 years. This week, he made headlines after photos of him bagging groceries at a New Jersey Trader Joe's were published online by the Daily Mail.
The fact that I, as the guy from The Cosby Show, was shamed about working at Trader Joe's, that story is going to move on. That's going to pass, you know? But what I hope doesn't pass is this new recognition now, this current sensitivity that people are feeling about work and about people working. I hope what continues to resonate is the idea that one job is not better than another.
Now, since all of that attention, Owen said he has had to leave his job at Trader Joe's. Tyler Perry and others have all taken to social media to offer Owen's work and lend their support. But this is the best part. Owen says he doesn't want anyone in this industry to just give him a job. He just wants to audition and earn it like everybody else.
Oh, good for him.
Love that story.
Happening today, hold the toppings. It's National Cheese Pizza Day. Pizza began in Naples, Italy as the Neapolitan flatbread. Sounds more sophisticated. The original pizza used only mozzarella cheese. The first U.S. pizza parlor opened in New York's Little Italy back in 1905. What are your favorite toppings?
Mushrooms, lots of fungus among us.
Oh, don't say it that way.
What's yours?
Artichoke and sausage.
Oh, that's good.
And gluten-free.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'll take some red onions, also some more onions.
Yeah.
All good. Giordano's in Chicago. The big, thick Chicago style is my favorite pizza.
A lot of local places have gluten-free pizza now.
Yeah, you're finding more of that
very
stuff.
happy to report that.
Not bad.
6:50 right now. Still ahead, your top 7 headlines before 7 a.m. But first, look at that beautiful sunrise.
That is gorgeous out there this morning. Looking like a nice sunrise in downtown Sarasota. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast right here on ABC 7.
Our nurse, Jennifer, all we did is pick up the phone if I was having a bad day, and the next thing we know, she was here at the door. I can't believe that I would have received any greater care anywhere. From that moment on, everything changed dramatically. And I don't know what we would have done without that.
Gettle's got what you're looking for at Gettle.com. 17 new car brands, over 1,000 used vehicles, prices and payments you can afford. Credit help if you need it, and they pay cash for your old car. Plus, Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Need service? Gettle's got that too. Gettle's got it. Visit Gettle.com.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
The ABC7 First Alert weather app just got even better. It's easy to use once you download it. First, tell the app to follow you, so you get alerts pinpointed to exactly where you are. Then customize your settings with all the places you go, from the beach to grandmother's house. Get accurate alerts for everyone you care about. You can even pick which weather alerts and categories you want and what they sound like. More ways to customize and more ways to keep your family safe. Download the ABC7 First Alert weather app today.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast restaurant guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4, weekdays on ABC 7.
It is 6:53, and here's your top 7 before 7.
First off, John Scalzi's First Alert weather forecast.
Yeah, so today, again, I think a good thing to do would be to carry your First Alert weather app and some rain gear, because you'll need them both as we head through the day. It'll be a mix of sun and clouds to start off the day, but it'll be a dry start, followed by afternoon showers and thunderstorms that build and move to the west. So for today, remember the First Alert weather app gives you radar where you are located, and it also brings you updates on social media, Facebook and Twitter. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Number 2 is traffic, and there is an issue off Cortez on a side street there, 38th Avenue Circle at 66th Street off Cortez. Be aware of that very quiet spot there. Not sure what happened, but there's a problem. No residual backups yet, and that's traffic at 654.
All right, thank you, Ray. Number 3, there has been a sad update in the case of that missing 2-year-old boy in Largo that triggered the Amber Alert. The mother has now confessed to killing the 2-year-old and then hiding his body in the woods. This is a constantly changing story. We'll have the latest for you throughout the day right here on ABC 7.
Number 4, Tropical Storm Gordon made landfall at 10:15 last night along the Mississippi-Alabama border. High winds and rain knocked out power to more than 40,000 residents.
Number 5, public restrooms are coming to St. Armand's Circle. Sarasota City Commissioners approved the $500,000 plan last night, as well as $100,000 a year in maintenance.
That's a nice job to have. Number 6, despite a recall alert, more people are being sickened by Kellogg's Honey Smack cereal. 30 more cases have been reported from salmonella poisoning, bringing the total to 130 cases in 36 states.
And number 7, what's trending? The oldest living married couple in the world right here. These two are a combined age of 208. Masao Matsumoto is 108. His wife Miyako is 100. They've been married for 80 years and have been confirmed as the oldest living spouses by the Guinness Book of World Records. Now, the two never actually had a wedding back in the day because it was wartime at the time they got married. The best part of this story, though, they were being asked, what is the secret for staying married for 80 years? Miyako, the wife, says it's one word: her patience. I love this. John Scalzi is the one that's been married the longest on this set currently. What's the secret to a long marriage?
Good sense of humor and a short memory.
What's your secret as the other married guy?
Hopefully having similar interests.
Got to have things in common,
We both
right?
play tennis, both like to bike ride and relax on weekends.
And relax on weekends.
Yeah.
All good marriage advice. A great way to end the show this morning. Thanks for watching. Good Morning America. Straight ahead.